Hey everyone, Action 666 here. Everyone's favorite hillbilly in Japan. Come on in, kick your feet up, throw back some of my Kool-Aid. We got some new Back for Blood content for you. First and foremost, I am a Twitch streamer. I stream 4 days a week. The link is about right there. Make sure you guys swing by, check out the stream sometime. Get up to our normal shenanigans. Okay, so what have I got for you today? Got some today that's kind of been making the rounds through the little Melee community. You see people try it. I see them more times not be successful than be successful. But I have a Doc Melee, or Melee Doc, however you want to arrange that for you. I like to refer to her as Dolly. I like the love child of Doc and Holly. Play on words. But she's a very effective deck. She provides amazing team value. She can manage a horde. Not the tankiest, but makes up for it in health restoration. So it's a happy balance. And she can heal everybody. She's still got the support, the ability to support the team. So she's kind of, you'll see what I mean. She's kind of a 3-in-1 package. Deck has a very precise balance, so I don't really see any way to change it or make improvements to it. It's pretty set. It took a long time to find a good balance on Doc Melee, and it turned out really well. So guys, I hope you enjoy the deck. Gives you something new to play around with, and yeah, without further ado, let's get to the deck. Hey everyone, there's the Dolly Deck, Doc Melee if you will. Those that don't want to stick around, just want to copy and paste it, there it is, grab it, toss it in your game, run with it, just let me know what you think of it. Those still sticking around, I'm going to go and roll into this card breakdown. First card, just like any other deck, Share the Wealth. I am Share the Wealther, not a copper scav or money grub, just how I am, what I go with, I've said. Vanguard, now this one just makes a lot of sense for a Doc Melee, over Battle Lust, heals yourself, your teammates. Just makes sense. It's a Doc Melee. You're all about healing other people, so good standard Melee card. Face your fears. This is in every Melee deck, or at least it should be. Very standard card. Get that temp health for killing Riddens with Melee weapon. Or, well, at least with anything within 2.5 meters. You know what I mean. Gotta have it. Standard card. Moving on. Alright, Meth Head. Love it. Hate it. On the fence about it. Gotta have it. Strong card. 50% melee speed. 50% melee stamina. Efficiency. That's just really strong. Yeah, you gotta build up stacks. You gotta keep them maintained. But even if they drop off, it's not a big deal. It doesn't take long to build back up. It's just a really good card. At the end of the day, you gotta have it. Next up is Brazen. Now I see some decks that run just Meth Head, adrenaline fueled. Some don't bother with Brazen. I like using Brazen. I like having that little bit extra melee stamina efficiency and a little bit extra melee attack speed. I think it just helps build up Meth Head that quicker and use that little less stamina, you know. I just like it. Playstyle choice. I recommend it. Moving on. Now, as I've said before in my previous video, on my non-poly melee decks, I don't use adrenaline fueled. I use rhythmic breathing. That is a personal choice, gameplay or a playstyle choice. I like having the stamina cushion from rhythmic breathing. That way, if I need to do some sprinting, I'll still have some stamina left over to melee with, as I said in my previous video. As long as you're running a bat or a machete, especially a machete, you won't even miss adrenaline fueled. 9 times out of 10, you won't even run out of stamina for the horde is dead. But if you want to run adrenaline fuel, you can do that too. I just prefer rhythmic breathing in this case. Like I said, playstyle choice. Next, Spiky Bits. Standard melee card. I highly recommend having this in any melee deck. It basically allows you to two-hit bash any common except for festering or armored ones. Just really strong, and you got the damage resist. not really much else I need to say about this. This is a standard melee card. Alright, now here's where things get a little different. You'll notice I don't have the Holy Trinity. I only have Pinata and Magician's Apprentice. I wanted Pyro, but I just didn't want to break up the balance of the deck, so I left it out. Downside of it is you won't really get any value out of Molotovs until they're blue, purple, somewhat green, if you set it up right. But that's not such a big deal. I mean, you can always use grenades and pipe bombs, get that instant Pinata value. And Pinata adds a ton of value to this deck. I did mention that this is a kind of a 3-in-1 deck, Pinata deck, which obviously provides tons of team value. You know, you can spawn offensive items, bandages, pills, med kits, and you know, those 3 items there is instant value to a doc, which generally is the most expensive role in the team because of all the stuff they gotta buy copper wise from the store. This gives you a chance on saving on that, which allows you to reduce the copper strain on your team. Very good value, especially if you get toolkits, things like that. So really good card. Magician's Apprentice, that 10% reuse chance sounds small, but is very invaluable. You get a free use on a med kit, that is huge, or even a free use on a defib, that is huge. You get me started on toolkits, or even a pipe bomb. Free use on a pipe bomb is massive. Just a really strong card. Such a small number, it happens quite a bit. 10%'s pretty decent. Good card. But yeah, Pinata, Magician's Apprentice. Next, we'll get into the more doc flavored cards, if you will. Needs the mini. Pretty standard doc card, obviously. Need that 1 extra life, especially in No Hope, since you don't start with 1. You gotta take the 10%, negative 10% to health. You can cope with it. It's fine. It's only 10%. Need that life, and it's more doc oriented. Moving on, EMT Bag. Obviously, this makes sense for a doc, but I also run this in all my melee decks. All around, it's just a really strong card nowadays. No downside to it. I mean, it's 50% healing efficiency, no negative to it. Just makes sense for a doc. It makes sense for a melee. And both together, it's gotta be in the deck. Really strong card. Alright, so we got Medical Professional. So Medical Professional is definitely a mandatory card for a doc. Gotta have it. You gotta be able to restore lives, and it heals that 15 additional trauma. Just a mandatory card for a doc. And this is a doc melee. You still have to perform your role as a doc on top of melee. So, well rested. As I've stated in a previous video, I think this is one of the best cards in the game. I highly recommend it for any deck. I have it in every single one of my decks. Team Overheal is invaluable. It benefits everyone, especially a doc or even a melee. In this case, one and the same. But even if you're just a regular gun-toting DPS, you find a bandage, you're missing just a little bit of health, use that bandage on yourself. That Overheal at least will cause that extra healing on the bandage to go into your temp health. I mean, it's just value. It's really strong. Plus the team healing efficiency. If 4 people have it on, that's 20% team healing efficiency. That's nothing to shake a stick at. So, really good. Now here's where the deck gets a little... This is the part where I'm torn. This slot right here. So, originally I had support scavenger there. Now in the footage in the background, which is a 2-man No Hope Act 3 I did with Baxip, I'm using offensive scavenger. So the deck you see on screen is what I am actually using. My whole theory behind that was, if you don't have offensive items, you can't get value out of Pinata. So I swapped support scavenger to offensive scavenger. It worked. Obviously I found more offensive items, which allowed me to jumpstart Pinata at times. Now, part I'm torn on, I can't tell if Pinata is pure RNG or if it is slightly influenced by scavenger cards. I did fit, and it could have been a coincidence, it could just be RNG and it just felt that way, but I felt like I was finding more offensive items in my Pinata at first. But then as the quality of the items go up, which this always happens with Pinata anyways, I started seeing more items drop, Then I started seeing more bandages and pills and blah blah blah. So I don't know, still kind of torn on that one. When I was running the support scavenger in earlier runs, it felt like I was finding more healing items, but eventually balanced out. So I don't know if it just influences like early pinata, and then as your quality of items go up, which theoretically shouldn't affect the drop percentage, but feels like it does. I don't know. I'm torn. Either way, you could go with support scavenger, or you could go with offensive scavenger. Doesn't matter. They both provide amazing value. You can go either one. At this moment, I'm going with offensive scavenger. I may switch it in the future just because I feel like it. That's just a flexible slot. Now, a third option for that slot, in my opinion, is pyro. I haven't ran pyro there. I like my scavengers, but it is an option. Technically, you could drop your scavenger and put in pyro, and just depend on pinata for your scavenger or quote-unquote scavenger value. I may test it in the future just to see how it does and how much of a big a difference it makes to pinata or not having those scavengers, or just at least one scavenger. It might be worth testing, because then you could get value out of even white or green Molotovs. Because as it is now, you only kind of get value out of blue or purple without the pyro. So that gives you that extra temp healing. I don't know. It might be worth testing in the future, and I probably will. So that is 3 options you can use that slot for. It's flexible, but those are the 3 cards I recommend. Like I said, I'm using offensive scavenger for now, but it may change in the future. The final card, which I think should be in pretty much any dock deck. It's a pretty standard card, and it's good for a lot of melee decks, especially a dock melee. Medical Expert provides that 50% revive speed, which is pretty decent, especially since you don't have smelling salt. 50% something to write home to mama about, but it's a little bit of a boost. Don't really care about the 1 trauma heal, whoop-de-doo. But 15% healing efficiency, team healing efficiency, is the big one. So naturally, this deck runs around with a 85% healing efficiency. If just one person on the team has Medical Expert, that'll bump you up to 100%. Obviously, you can get the whole team running well rested, so maybe a 1 or a 2 Medical Expert out there. You can get your healing efficiency up pretty good, and which just benefits the team. Your Vanguard goes up, your healing goes higher, your teammates can heal themselves really more in a pinch. It just really supports the team. Really strong card. So guys, I know this video was a little shorter than the last one, but didn't really need to touch on some of the repeat cards that I did in the previous deck. Just kind of skimmed over them, gave you a breakdown from why I'm using them. I did touch on the newer cards. This is a really good deck, works out really well. Obviously, footage in the background, it's a 2-man no hope run. Didn't really have any problems with it, ran really well. Just a really well-rounded, really balanced dock melee deck. I've seen many of these decks fail, more times than not. This one will not fail, as long as it matches your playstyle, obviously. I do put that out there. Not every deck is tailor-made to certain people's playstyle, but I found this one successful. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you guys enjoyed the deck. Again, let me know what you think about it, and I will get you some more decks in the future. Hopefully, following week. I'm gonna try to at least do 1 a week. But until next time, guys, happy gaming. Keep drinking that Kool-Aid, and peace.